Welcome to Workplace 30. We are starting on section 8.2 today with math on the job on page 287. So here we have a cafe that sells a vegetarian breakfast bannock for $3.89. The ingredients though cost $1.29. So what percentage is actually can be used to go towards the operating cost of the cafe? So if it's $3.89, we need to subtract the cost that it takes to make the bannock, for a total of $2.60 profit per vegetarian breakfast bannock. Now we need to figure out what percentage this is of the actual whole cost that they're selling it for. So we actually divide the two. So $2.60 was the profit, divide it by the amount that it was on the menu. Again, you always need to times it by 100 to get your percentage. So you'll get 66.8% of this is profit. And profit can go towards costs, it can go towards salaries, anything like that. Then we're going to explore the math on page 287 and fill out the following 2 pages of definitions. Go ahead. You can check out your definitions here on the board. Okay, example 1. Here we have Taicho owns a small gardening company. These are his monthly revenue and expenses. We're going to classify them each as expense or revenue. So just beside them I'm going to put an E if it's an expense, an R if it's a revenue, and then F if it's fixed, and V if it's variable. So employee wages, expense or revenue? Expense. How about, is it fixed or variable? Fixed, good, because it's always going to be the same. You're always going to have to pay your employees. How about your monthly fee paid to a website developer for website maintenance? Expense, is it fixed or variable? It says that it's monthly and it's for maintenance, so it would probably be fixed. Bill for soil and plants from a supplier. Expense, and it's just for one bill. So it's variable, good, because bills would all be different. Payment for shrubs purchased by a credit card. It's actually somebody's paying them. Sorry, it's not very clear. Somebody's paying them. So that would be revenue, but it would be variable. Then we have a payment by check for gardening services. So again, revenue and variable because it's another payment. All these payments for a job like this would not always be the same. It would depend on the size of the job and other things like that. Telephone bill, it's a flat rate plan. Expense and fixed. And purchase of work gloves and knee pads. Good, because it's probably a one-time thing until they need to be replaced, which wouldn't be all the time. Then we have mental math. Here you have somebody who earns an average of $325 for every inspection that she does, but the van she drives costs $2,280 to insure every year. She needs to figure out how many inspections she has to do to at least cover her costs, so her break-even point. So we're estimating. So what can we round these numbers off to? So if we round these off, 325 rounds to about 300, 2,280 rounds to about 2,100. Note that I rounded both of them down to try to keep our results more accurate. Now to figure out how many she has to do, 2,100 divided by 300 equals 7. So she needs to do about 7 inspections. Then discuss the ideas on page 290. Go ahead and read that now, and then we'll discuss the questions. So these are just some suggestions. Take a minute to pause the video and check that you got some similar ideas. So we have location, move to a popular winter area. Hours of operation, you could shorten the weekday hours. Time of year, because she's at the beach in winter, that doesn't really work out. Maybe she could reduce employees, buy cups and straws in wholesale or bulk, and add the price of popular menu items and get rid of non-popular ones. Those are just some suggestions. Then you have an assignment on page 293, numbers 1 to 3. Go ahead.